Long before Jon Luther made the donuts or hit the airwaves, he was a Smitty. Jon graduated from Paul Smith's College in 1967. It was here that this Buffalo native began his rise to the top of the hospitality industry.
It was a great experience, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world because it gave me so much impetus as I entered the work world and built my career and my family and all the good things that have happened to me that I'm humbled by. But I always look back at Paul Smith as sort of the gateway to this career, and I've always had respect for that.
Today, as chief executive of Dunkin Brands, he leads an empire covering 50 countries and 13,000 restaurants. Dunkin's three chains include Baskin-Robbins, sandwich maker Togo's, and of course, Dunkin' Donuts. We're honoring Jon tonight not just because of his business accomplishments, but also for his commitment to Paul Smith's College and because he embodies what the college tries to accomplish.
Jon has proven that the Paul Smith's College method works. You can take a young person from very modest background and sometimes very modest educational achievements and give them the opportunity to prove that they can move ahead, because they're not just sitting in the classroom learning and then responding to a test. They're showing you that they've learned.
Looking back, the lessons Jon remembers didn't come from books.
I think Paul Smith and the school have helped me sort of be a continuous learner, because when I went from Canisius College and a liberal arts program into a hotel restaurant program, I was able to learn something different. And I thought that was interesting. I continue to learn and explore. I think those are parts of my leadership style. I also think the leadership style, whether it be the hospitality gene or whatever, is a curious part of me that always is looking around corners, always looking for the next thing and anticipating.
That kind of drive would have impressed the namesake of Paul Smith's College, who, like Jon, was born with a hospitality gene. Paul Smith was a legendary hotelier, guide, and entrepreneur who opened his Adirondack Hotel in the mid-19th century. It soon became a favorite getaway for the country's rich and famous. His resort hosted some of American history's most enduring characters, including Teddy Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge, and P.T. Barnum. Paul Smith was a man who believed a lot more in doing than in studying. The college his son Phelps willed in his father's name still maintains that focus. Since the first class entered in 1946, the college has prepared students to lead in careers traditionally associated with the Adirondacks, such as forestry, environmental science, business and tourism, and of course, hospitality and the culinary arts. Now, Paul Smith's College is starting a new chapter in its hospitality legacy. Students are now training at the Crowne Plaza Resort and Golf Club in nearby Lake Placid, the village that hosted the 1932 and 1980 Winter Olympics.
Once I graduate from Paul Smith's, I hope to walk away with an awesome degree, and I hope Crowne Plaza is going to be the thing that's going to make the difference in who's going to choose me to be their employee.
That kind of hands-on experience has always been the hallmark of a Paul Smith's education. Students prove their mettle here every day. Some test their skills at the Gansey restaurant on campus, or help manage Dillon Park, a 200-acre haven for people with disabilities, or hold down internships with local businesses. A lot of what our students do has a direct impact on the surrounding area. Paul Smith's is the only four-year college in the entire 6 million-acre Adirondack Park. We recognize the integral role we play in it. So this spring, Paul Smith's is beginning a pair of projects that are of critical importance to the school, the park, and the people who live here. The first will kick off a $2.2 million campaign for the Adirondack Watershed Institute. The money will help restore a historic cottage as the Institute's new headquarters. When it's done, the Countess Alicia Spaulding Pelosi Environmental Science and Education Center will be a hub for researching and maintaining our valuable waters.
The Harriman Cottage restoration, what that's about for us is to be able to have a space where we can continue to provide the high quality programs that we are now, but continue to expand them, because we want to be truly park-wide, truly regional presence in water quality work.
A healthy environment is important. So are healthy bodies. Beginning this spring, we'll tackle a major renovation and expansion of the Saunders Sports Complex. We're not just building structures, we're building people.
I love this place because every day you can see you make a difference in a young person's life. And that's something that you can take with you, take home with you, and feel good about. It's a place that changes lives. They say higher education is transformative, and it is over the course of 4 years. But at Paul Smith College, we can see it happening every day with the young people we get.
It happened with Jon Luther, too. When he was here, he says his wife Sharon was about the only person to believe in him. Since graduating, he's helped countless others believe in themselves by funding scholarships and shaping this institution through 12 years on the board.
It's been a treat and a wonderful time to work with all of you to help us build this college into what it is today, and I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate all of you here today. I'm humbled by this honor, and it's unexpected, but certainly a thrill for me. And you can always count on Jon Luther to be a friend of Paul Smith College.